All right, so while loops in Python are super useful, and at the end of this video, I'm even going to show you how you can use a while loop to create your own custom chatbot. So first, let's start with this really simple example of how to use a while loop. The first thing I did was create a variable called count, and I set it equal to 1. Next, I wrote my while loop. So I started with the word while, followed by my condition. My condition is count is less than or equal to 5. So we're saying that while the count variable is less than or equal to 5, then we'll jump down to this next line, which is what I want to happen if my condition is met. And in this case, I want to print the variable count. And the final line in my loop indicates what I want to happen to my variable the next time that it runs through the loop. So in this case, I want 1 to be added to the variable count every time that it runs through the while loop. So remember, a while loop repeats a task over and over again until the condition is no longer true. So essentially what this while loop is doing is it's going to print out the variable count, and then after it prints out the variable count, it's going to add 1, and it will keep running the while loop until the condition is no longer true. So until the count is no longer less than or equal to 5. So let's run my program and see what happens. And just as predicted, we got a list of values 1 through 5. Let's do another example. Let's say that I want to build a chatbot that's going to continue to chat with me until I type the word exit. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable for the input that the user gives. And I'm just going to call it user input. And I'll set it equal to nothing. To set it equal to nothing, you just have to type in 2 quotation marks. Next, I'm just going to type out a little welcome message to tell the user what the program does. Now we're going to build our while loop. So I'm going to start with the word while, and now I'm going to write my condition, or what I want the program to check for. So I'm going to say that while the variable called user input, which we already initialized, is not equal to the word exit, add a colon. Now I start a new line, and this is where I tell the program what I want to happen if the condition is met. So I want to prompt the user for an input. So anytime you want to prompt the user to do something, you're just going to use this syntax. You're going to use the variable equals the command input, and in parentheses and quotation marks, I'm just going to type in the text that I want to show up to indicate to the user that it's their turn to take action. So I'm just going to say you. The next step in the while loop is to indicate what I want to happen the next time the loop is run. So in this case, I want to respond to the user. And I want to respond by printing out the words, nice to chat with you. So what we're saying here is that every single time the user input is anything other than the word exit, then the program is going to prompt us for an input, and then it will print out this text. Lastly, I'm just going to display a little farewell message to indicate to the user that the program is no longer running. So now let's run our program and see if it works. All right, so just as expected, the program is prompting me to type something in. So I'm going to say hello. The bot says, nice to chat with you. Type exit to end the conversation. I'm done chatting with my bot, so now I'm going to type in exit. And the bot says, goodbye, thanks for chatting. And there you go, now you know how to build your own custom chatbot in Python.